Content over everything.
It's Captain Scarlet, Scatter Minds. I am here, content over everything. I am here at West Croydon at the scene of the Let the Youngers Go protest. As a protest and a movement against the SPAC Nation. I'm not sure if you've heard about the SPAC Nation Church, but there's been a lot of revelations coming out, and we are here on the scene to try and establish what is truth and what is fiction, what has been made up. I'm here with William, who is a former member of SPAC Nation. He was a member for around a year, and we're going to get a little insight from him as to what was going on within the church, why he joined and why he left. I'll start there with what drew you to SPAC Nation in the first place.
Basically, just the praise and worship, and obviously how I already knew people that were going there, and on top of that, just the general family vibe. I was from the moment I stepped in, I felt welcome. People saw me as a newcomer, but then they still welcomed me as family.
So you had that community feeling, and it drew you in basically, and you had friends there. I mean, I'll get to afterwards, but do you still have the relationships with those friends?
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so what did you experience or see at SPAC Nation that made you feel uncomfortable throughout your year there?
Just a lot of signs that I thought, yeah, it's time for me to leave, but then I thought, oh, like, I can't leave because if I left, there would be nowhere else for me to go. If I left church, then it would just be over for me, basically.
So you felt like that was your last place, basically? Like there's a family that you kind of depended on and relied on?
Yes, basically.
Yeah,
like, they basically gave me everything. Like, obviously, let's say drip-wise, yeah, they gave me stuff as well. And obviously, at times when I needed money, yeah, that. But then, at the end of the day, it just wasn't a place for me to stay at.
You say drip-wise, you mentioned lubes earlier. Can you say a little bit about that?
Obviously, as social media has already said, like, a lot of pastors will be wearing drip, like flipping Ferragamo belts, like loops, Louis Vuitton, everything, and yeah, everyone was just wearing designer every Sunday.
Yeah, and that was attractive. I mean, what kind of messages did you get from SPAC Nation? Was it what kind of messages were you getting from SPAC Nation? Was it like messages around the gospel as it was pertaining to your faith and religion, or was it preaching about different kinds of things?
It was mainly about prosperity and seed, and obviously at times they'll speak about certain parts of the Bible, like the Old Testament, the Book of Acts, Book of Romans, but they'll, like, from what I can remember, it would rarely be about the gospel, so the testimony of Jesus Christ.
And has it damaged your faith at all, having been a member and having left?
Not really, no, because obviously I still believe in God, and personally it's a thing where I know that as I've already given my life to Christ, it's not a thing where I could just suddenly give up and just say, oh, like, I'm done with church. Do you get it? Like, I still go to a church.
I mean, and as I haven't gone through there, I'm not sure, I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but something that's been said quite a lot is the idea that this was a kind of a cult kind of thing, and that young people like yourselves are being inducted in and being abused or they're financially abused or being encouraged to give money that they didn't have and to find it somehow by any means necessary. Would you say that's the case?
I would basically say that the children in SPAC Nation, they would be asked to show what they have, and what they don't have, they'll look for. And on top of that, they would be going to services on a daily basis, and yeah, they would barely see their parents.
Fair enough. I mean, and what are your general feelings around it? I mean, the message is let the youngers go. Yeah. What's the meaning behind that?
It's just that it's not church isn't a place where you should have young people just be given seed. Obviously, people can give offering, but then not like 3-4 figures. Like, it makes no sense. It's a thing where, like, to me and my mind, that doesn't add up, because a child that doesn't work, that doesn't have a job and is still in education, how can they give 3 figures, 4 figures? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up.
A word that's been used a lot, and again, I don't want to put words in your word, but a word that's been used a lot is a scam. Would you say this is about scamming people? Or are they really offering some chances and some opportunities to some young people possibly?
They are offering opportunities, but at the end of the day, it's a thing where, personally, I'd say they're changing lives, but they're not changing lives for the better. Because in the short term, yeah, they'll care about people, but then in the long term, they'll just end up recruiting them and then getting them to do the same thing they did with them to other people.
Did you have any experience with any of the prominent members of the group? My last question. Pastor Toby or some of those that we've seen on social media being mentioned?
I've had certain experiences, but honestly not at liberty to talk much about that topic, but yeah.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for talking to us today, and good luck and everything, and hopefully we're trying to get to the bottom of the story there, so enjoy, yeah.
From your melanin.
Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. man don't listen to ITV.
For young people being off the streets, I was also trying to be someone who got them off the streets. But the problem is that they do get them off the streets, but they put them in a place where they are locked up. They are in minors. They can't do what they want to do. They can't go and go for whatever they want to do. They have to do what their leader or their pastor tells them to do. So it's not something that they can basically like go in and then start doing their own thing and then prosper from that. I think my problem is that they look for kids that are vulnerable, and with that it's really unfair because they mess up their lives even more. As far as, yes, they take them off the streets, but they put them in a situation that's even worse.